Herzlich willkommen, mein Name ist Martin Hosbach und dies ist die dritte Ausgabe der One-Hit-Parade aus der Kantine am Berghain. Die schönste aller Künste? Für uns ist es Musik. Freuen Sie sich auf Künstlerinnen und Künstler, die in Berlin leben und musizieren. Viel Freude beim Zuschauen, Ihr Martin Hosbach. Wenn die Uhren aus Butter sind, schmilzt die Zeit schneller. Unter dem Pseudonym Butterclock singt die aus Paris kommende Produzentin Laura Clock liebliche Lieder zu zäh sich dahin schleppenden Beats. Herrlich, wie leicht ihre Stimme noch über den schwersten Klangschlickgebilden schwebt. Manchmal erstarren die Rhythmen und Sounds wie ein plötzlich vereistes Meer. Manchmal scheinen die Melodien von Butterclock in der Zeit rückwärts zu laufen. Gleichzeitig kann Clock auch euphorische Tanzsongs schreiben. Ihre Debüt-EP First Prom ist der Beweis.
Is really wrong, but not enough to keep you strong and lonely eyes from falling. So now I wanna be alone, and you're not killing me inside. You're just an empty hologram. Oh, now that it's over.
Laura, have you ever thought of singing in French because you're French?
No way.
Why would you never sing in French?
Some people did it in the 60s and it sounded nice, but today I would not do that on the type of music I do. I don't think it would work.
So English works better with electronic music than French? Is that how
I
you
don't
can
know.
say it?
I just felt more comfortable in English to, I don't know, for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the song that we just heard, is that a love song?
A love song?
Yeah?
Not really, no. It's
What is it about?
It's more about the end of something than so it's it's a love song, but a bad love song.
But a bad love song.
Yeah.
Is that? Do you think it takes guts to sing about this in public? I wondered whether it's.
No, I mean, just what I feel. So it's just I wouldn't lie about. I wouldn't like make up some songs about things that I don't feel. So I don't know. It's just no. It's natural. It's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The EP you just put out, did you release it on your own, or do you have is there a distributor?
Yeah, no, it's a label called Fantasy Music, run by my friend Love, and also it was also released in Japan on a label called Big Love, reissued, and so it was distributed everywhere, I guess.
Kaum zu glauben, aber die jetzt folgende Gruppe hat ursprünglich als Hochgeschwindigkeits-Surfrock-Ensemble begonnen. Das For Count hießen sie damals, seit 2008 spielen sie unter dem Namen Brace Choir. Und wenn sie jetzt spielen, dann vor allem so geduldig wie möglich, schleppend, psychedelisch, meditativ. Es wird viel georgelt und auf alten Synthesizern herumgedrückt, aber auch Gitarren kommen vor, wie Sie gleich sehen werden. Im Frühjahr erscheint ihr Albumdebüt Turning on Your Double. Begrüßen Sie mit mir Brace Choir.
Always
find attractive about the format album?
I think for us it was kind of a do or die thing, because we'd been recording this album for 3 years.
Okay.
We'd recorded the whole thing and then scrapped everything and re-recorded it, and had some very tumultuous times sort of in the process. So for us, if we didn't finish this album, it was kind of the end.
Okay.
And finishing the album was kind of the beginning of like I would say a new,
It's
like
Weiter
sort of the,
Frühling.
yeah, it was like the, yeah, exactly. It was a revitalization of the band. It was a long and very difficult process.
Why does a band scrap everything at one point? Where you had I don't know, personal issues?
Quality issues.
Quality issues, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that's-
just didn't
that's
come
a-
out the way we wanted it,
Okay.
and we had to start fresh.
Could you tell me why you are switching instruments?
Well, it started out of necessity, really, because we had had a band that was, I think the music was pretty different, but you know, it was the same lineup, and Adri and Dave had left to go do other things, and Max and I were sort of left alone in Berlin, and we had to kind of learn the other instruments out of necessity.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't really because
A concept.
yeah, it
Oh.
was not a concept at all. And then, in fact, we didn't even realize that you could like see it as a concept until people thought it was strange when we did it live. They're like, "Wow, you switch instruments." We're sort of like, "Yeah, I guess we do switch instruments." It's not really. But yeah, in the end, for us, it's like, you know, we try to get as much out of it as we can, but it shouldn't really be gimmicky. It's just what we end up doing, because we all play each instrument pretty differently, and it keeps things, I think, also the music pretty fresh.
My last question would be is regarding the trumpet that we just saw. It's a weird one. It's nothing you can buy, right?
No, you can't buy it, but if you do want to order one, we could possibly assemble one for you specifically, but it takes
How
a
much
lot
would
of...
it be?
We're not really into sort of making the pricing public,
Okay.
but we could probably put something together in 6 months,
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Send it to us by Bluetooth.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do.
Apokalypsen sind manchmal von Vorteil. Vor allem, wenn sie am Ende dann gar nicht passieren. Die Mitglieder des gleich auftretenden Duos Kynn haben sich Ende 2012 auf einer Party zum angeblich kommenden Weltuntergang nach dem Maya-Kalender kennengelernt. Als es mit der Welt dann doch weiterging, begannen sie in einem Studio in Neukölln an Minimal Wave und Post-Punk-Stücken zu basteln. Später kamen noch Techno und House hinzu. Verwunschene Tanzmusik, zu der man tanzen, aber auch verwunschen herumstehen kann, wie ein untergegangener Maya-Gott. Die Debüt-EP von Kynn wird bald auf dem Berliner Label Neues Köln erscheinen.
Houston now controlling the flight of Atlantis. The space shuttle spreads its wings one final time for the start of a sentimental journey into history. For the start of a sentimental journey into history. For the start of a sentimental journey into history. Time, history, history, time, history.
Stimmt es, dass ihr euch auf einer Maya-Weltuntergangsparty in Neukölln kennengelernt habt? Das ist echt eine Wahnsinnsgeschichte. Die andere Frage, die sich mir stellt, ist, wie ihr denn überhaupt nach Neukölln gekommen seid. Und aus dieser Reise und nach dieser Party ist dann letztendlich eine Platte entstanden, eine EP, die im Frühjahr 2014 bei dem Label Neues Köln erscheinen wird. Ist das richtig? In der deutschen Sprache gibt es das Wort Kynn, das ist der Körperteil, nee, man kann nicht Körperteil sagen, er kommt unter dem Mund, ist das Kinn. Ihr schreibt es mit Y. Woher kommt dieses Y oder hat das mit Kinn gar nichts zu tun? Herzlichen Dank fürs Kommen und bis bald. Die Stimme von Stine Omar klingt, als habe sie sich nach einer kurzen Nacht gerade eine heiße Tasse Kaffee aufgebrüht. Immer noch müde, nicht ganz da, verpennt und mit von Schlaf verklebten Augen. In Wahrheit ist sie natürlich hellwach beim Komponieren ihres hochbewussten Entschleunigungspops. Mit hypnagogischem Sprechgesang schmückt sie in dem Duo Easter, das sie zusammen mit Max Boss gegründet hat, balearisch pluckernde Elektrobeats. 2 Alben haben Easter bereits veröffentlicht, auf ihr drittes freuen wir uns schon sehr.
Like every other lover thing, it started off so casual, a boredom or a loneliness that puts you in the same place. You had no bad intentions, but the randomness was actual, and you were really strangers. But you held on to her face. Some things grow uncontrollably, but really cause you let it do. And suddenly what was a spring has grown into a year. You had a good time all the way, but it was not intentional. You exercised the muscle, but you were not aware. Now she's up in the air. She's up in the air. Now she's so far away. Split and fly every day. There's a chance to see her there, and she will wear her braided hair the Dutch way, held so tight. You never let her out of sight. She demonstrates security. You're fastening your seatbelt, getting ready for the flight. The plane takes off, she steps away into her cabin in the front. You miss her face, her dress, her smile, that smile she fakes so bad. She's everybody's flight attendant, everybody's braided blonde. They sit with no idea of what back months ago you had. Now she's up in the air. She's up in the air. Now she's so far away. Split and fly every day. She's heavy sleep. You will till real life wakes you. Together take a leap. You split and fly towards it. You grab me by my hand. No turning back to bitches. This is a foreign land.
The first time I heard your music was at a barber shop in Sanderstraße in Berlin-Neukölln. It's a barber shop who plays very good music. Then I tried to Google you, and that was very difficult because your name is Easter. It's nearly impossible to Google somehow. So I wanted to ask you if you choose that name because it's hard to Google you, or where it comes from.
No, we did not choose it because it's hard to Google. We chose it because it's our favorite holiday, and when we started working, we always had a good workflow in Easter, the holiday.
Okay.
And a slight affiliation with the hanging body of Christ.
Ah, okay. What do you find interesting about the body of Christ?
Maybe it's complete lack of resistance, maybe.
Ah, okay. When you release your music, do you release it with a label, or do you just release it on your own, just digitally?
Just alone on the internet.
Could you call that a political statement, or is it?
No, it's just it makes sense for us because we never really release vinyls or anything. It's always digital, so for us so far it didn't really make sense to team up with a label because they always want to produce something physical.
Yeah.
And for us, and then you have to share the costs and everything, or the money that you make. So for us, that was for now the thing that made sense the most.
So you're not interested in the, I don't know if that's a word, physicality of music in the, let's say, in a record or a CD?
Not really, or not like personally, but we have had, of course, there seems to be many people who always want to have something they can touch.
Yeah.
And we get this constant question, 2013, I don't know.
I think you're
easy.
right. Yeah.
Like we like to do it easy.
Yeah. On the table, and it just looks really amazing. There's this scruff tobacco,
Yeah.
right? Do you actually use it?
Yeah, I'm very addicted.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And it's very much better than cigarettes, and healthier, and stronger, and it makes me happy. And I couldn't have been doing what I do without it. So.
Really? You're not kidding?
No.
What does it do to you?
Makes me calm, makes me concentrate.
Oh wow! And it's a legal drug.
Yeah, you
legal
can't,
drug.
You can't get it here, no.
Okay.
So I have friends who send it to me from Sweden,
Ah,
or who
okay.
bring it from Norway.
Störgeräusche aus dem Internet verbindet Daniel Fischer alias Physical Therapy mit Techno, Jazz und House. Nicht zufällig ließ er sich auf dem Cover seiner Platte Safety Net als bunt gekleideter Cowboy abbilden. Das folgende Stück ist eine Gemeinschaftsproduktion mit seiner Freundin James Kay. Es entstammt ihrer letzten EP namens Rum. James Kay featuring Physical Therapy.
How little love are you dreaming a dream? Did they say why you don't?
What's it like for you working with someone else? Because some of the tracks we know as physical therapy tracks were obviously produced by you on your own at home, and now you're working with someone and it's a co-production.
Yeah.
Where are the main differences when you work with someone?
Well, I guess when I'm producing my own stuff, I'm just like in my room, like working on my computer and gear completely alone. But this came about because we went away for like, I guess a weekend with another friend and kind of just wrote all the songs like organically together. Jamie did the final touches on all the production stuff. And yeah, they just came together like that.
Is there something that you, I mean, obviously you enjoyed it, otherwise the song wouldn't be that great. It wouldn't be as great as it is. But what does it do to you working with someone? Is there, I don't know, do you have to focus on other things? Do you have to, I don't know, think differently?
I mean, I'm not much of a songwriter.
Okay.
Like, it's easier for me to make kind of like loop-based dance songs. And then when I first worked with Jamie, I had like made a song on my first EP, and she came in and wrote this vocal part. But I could tell that she was like a really amazing songwriter as when I heard her other stuff, like much better than me. So it was just really, it was nice to like work collaboratively on that stuff. And I think it comes out like totally different and more song-based.
Yes, definitely.
We're just having fun, and then a song comes out.
Oh, that's good, that's good.
Yeah.
Could you maybe tell us what are your impressions of Berlin when you're just visiting?
Yeah, this is my second time here. I came here 3 years ago. A lot of my friends do live here. They've moved here from New York and from other places in the U.S. And my impression is that it's very cool community of artists that I find here. And musicians, and that's why I love coming here, because there's a great music scene, there's a great art scene, which is like New York, that, you know, there's a great art scene, great music scene there, but it's a lot more, there's like a really cool, I don't know, community that you can infiltrate here, and really accepting community, I think, yeah, mostly that I feel really accepted by it.
Rockabilly, Blues, Hip-Hop, Soul, R&B, Country. Für Alex Sang Hungtai macht das keinen Unterschied mehr. Noch jedes Genre der populären Musik hat er zertrümmert und wieder zusammengesetzt, zur Unkenntlichkeit entstellt und seiner privaten Musikologie hinzugefügt. Seit dem Jahr 2005 wirkt der Transpazifik-Nomade aus Montreal unter dem Namen Dirty Beaches. Er ist ein prächtig perfekter Eklektiker und polymorph perverser Historiograph. Die Musik der Vergangenheit durchstreift er wie eine Ruinenlandschaft. Liebevoll tanzen und murmeln die Geister der möglichen Zukunft dazu. Immer dabei sein Bruder Chub Roy.
When one listens to a song by you, it's quite often very hard to make out what you sing about. Do you just like the sound of your distorted voice, or do you want people not to understand you?
I think it's because I like the sound of radio.
Yeah.
When I was a child, I remember the first time we had internet, I was listening to Egyptian radio, and I always fall asleep because I don't understand anything. I don't understand Arabic, and so there's a certain charm that I think in something that you don't understand that I really, really love. Not so much for other people, apparently, but for me personally, I like it when you don't really understand something. Because you always fill in the blanks.
Yes.
And there's a lot of room for imagination.
What was the most, let's say, unusual place you played or country?
Israel?
Israel was interesting. Russia was also interesting.
What are the other people different? I mean, of course, the people are different than maybe Canadians or Europeans, but the reaction you got, was that different, or are all audiences in the world the same?
In those countries, they're not used to Western bands coming there, so they get very excited. They express themselves. Whereas in the West, sometimes it's a bit blasé, jaded. They just cross their arms and kind of stare.
Do you mind people, I'm usually one of them, talking in the back when you play?
Usually I don't really mind in the back, because in Japan we had the opposite experience, where everything was complete silence, and we thought they hated us, but later on they told us it was their way of showing appreciation, because they're really listening. But it was so frightening, because after the song's over, it's complete silence.
Eerie silence.
And then they suddenly applaud.
And they applaud, but then after that it's back to silence.
Okay, wow.
So it's very interesting.
Das war die One-Hit-Parade. Wir hoffen, Sie hatten Spaß. Alles Gute, Ihr Martin Hosbach.